Look at Satan polluting the population. Got some facing 6 degrees of separation. Sin gave our nation incarceration. Our formation is without a foundation. My demonstration, some still can't fathom. They continue to fall flat on the macadam. Like Adam, we suffer seduction from the serpent, but our debt's paid from slave to bond servant. It's urgent I teach with a fervent speech to reach every child, the boys and girls gone wild. All the while I see souls dark like black holes where blunts roll. Women swinging naked from poles, it's taking a toll. We gotta take control of the community, striving for spiritual unity. The unity needs to be refocused. It seems hopeless without God's guidance. Break the silence. In this particular episode, I'm going to talk about the sense of urgency. Romans 6:17 and 18, it says, "But thank God that although you used to be slaves of sin, you obeyed from the heart that pattern of teaching to which you were handed over. And having been set free from sin, you became enslaved to righteousness." Another translation, it says, "You became servants of righteousness." So we see here that as we are no longer slaves to sin, now we are to be servants for him. Once we have been set free, once we have been delivered, there is a requirement. John 9:4, Jesus talks about this sense of urgency. It says, "We must do the works of him who sent me while it is day. Night is coming when no one can work." So Jesus himself was talking about this sense of urgency, that we don't have time to waste, that we have to share the good news. There's going to come a time when we won't be able to do that. 2 Timothy 3:1 and 5, it says, "But know this, hard times will come in the last days, for people will be lovers of self, lovers of money, boastful, proud, demeaning, disobedient to parents, ungrateful, unholy, unloving, irreconcilable, slanderers, without self-control, brutal, without love for what is good, traitors, reckless, conceited, lovers of pleasure rather than lovers of God, holding to the form of godliness, but denying its power." So we see that this was talking about the tough times, the troubles that are to come. And as we get closer to the last days, that, things will get worse. But as we see here, when we look at this scripture, we can notice that a lot of these things are already taking place. Now, of course, we don't know the day and the time when Christ will return. We don't know the hour, the last day. However, we see here that we don't have time to waste, that there is a sense of urgency in spreading the gospel, in sharing the good news with those who need to hear it. And in closing, 2 Timothy 4:2, it tells us, "Preach the word, be ready in season and out of season. Correct, rebuke, and encourage." God bless you. Check y'all out next week.